Hello, Review family. This is Coach Maxwell coming to you again with another video. And in this video, we're going to explore our mindful sits. And for those students who were here last year who've done a mindful sit before, great job. If this is your first time and you're here, great job. We're going to recap and just kind of go back and talk about what a sit is and what it represents. All right. And so a sit is a place where we can become one with ourselves. We can be present in the moment. And remember, we kind of talked about over the past couple of weeks of being in a place of comfort, being a place of relaxation, and being a place of safety. And so these are things that we talked about, or I asked you guys to be, so we can go through these sits. It's preparing us to go through these exercises and explore certain techniques as breathing, in which we're going to do today. And if you guys can remember, there was two things that I introduced, which was our chant. It was my feet are on the floor, my spine is aligned, my hands are on my lap, and my heart is to the sky. So that was our chant to get us into that mindfulness, prepare us for the mindful state. The other thing was this vibratone, right? And we're gonna call it something else, but right now it's just our sound that allows us to kind of center or be aware of ourselves and put us in a place of peace, right? And so remember that this thing makes sounds, right? And with that being said, so these are two things that we introduced, and then we'll kind of recap real quick so that we understand how to get into the sits. And then once we get in there, what are the things that we're looking for and listening to help us prepare to dive into these exercises. Having these two things sets us up to actually dive into our sit. All right, and so let's recap a little bit. We have our chant, we have our sound, and then from there, now it's us, right? So now we dive into ourselves, right? And that comes from our breath, right? From breathing. So we're gonna do a mindful sit with breathing, right? Or mindful breathing. Okay. And remember how we set that up. It's the chant. We follow the sound from beginning to end, right? And then we're following our breath. And so we kind of worked on that a little bit. So we're going to dive in a little bit deeper right now and just kind of show you and just give you an example of how this would play out once we come back to the classroom, also on how you can do this on your own. So let's put everything together, okay? Now we're going to combine everything. The chant with the sound, with the breath. So now I invite you to repeat after me. I have my feet on the floor. I have my spine in a line. I have my hands in my lap and my heart to the sky. Now I ask you to close your eyes or take a soft gaze below. And I invite you to listen to the sound from beginning to end. And we will begin with a slow, deep breath. And breathe all the way in through the nose and follow that breath all the way down into your belly. Fill your abdomen and your lungs filling with air. And sit with that. And after drawing in that long, deep breath, allow that breath to flow back out through your mouth. continue just to sit with that for a second. And as you're letting go of each breath, I want you to release any tension, any stress, any worries. Just let it go. Just relax. Just release. Just let go. Just relax. Just release. And continue to let go and breathe out. Now, let's take a let's slowly draw in another breath. Don't rush it. Just slowly fill up your lungs and feel the breath in the air expanding, opening up those lungs. And when you feel they're full, I want you to release the breath completely and feel yourself, invite yourself to feel more relaxed. Your breath will dissolve all tension, all worries, all stresses, and imagine it's melting away, it's fading away. And as your stress and worries begin to fade away and melt away, drift, fly, or even drive away. I'm gonna ring this bell. We're gonna come back. We're gonna begin to lift our eyes slowly, or whenever you're ready, and come back with eyes open, with hearts open, back to our community. Listen from beginning to end. And thank you for our sit, and that concludes our session for today.